your most powerful ability in the game acquired, the run is going to get quite a bit more crazy very soon.
Absolutely massive, Toadette. Grips just took a few deaths getting sent back to that safety station.
I heard you guys like lore, right? Well, we have go fast left, we have go fast up with enemy, we have go fast down, and now we have go fast up without enemy. Charge jump acquired.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the All Skills Tournament 2022. I'm OG1764 here with Rinser SR, and we're here going to be commentating the race between Sirius and Klebe. Now, should be an interesting race. Some of our notes include, I didn't play Blind Forest in a bit, and I don't feel super prepared, so Rin, I hope you've got some water on the boil, because it looks like we're having some spaghetti for dinner.
My favorite kind of pasta. But yeah, it looks like it might be a close race. Runners are actually like it doesn't look like it might be close at first glance because like you watch both runners PB, you see 32-28, 35-17, but Klebe actually got a PB very recently, PB by I think over a minute.
Yeah.
So he did mention he was kind of expecting to race close to his PB, so we might see.
Yeah, and of course, Sirius, running a lot of Will of the Wisps rando recently, so his attention has definitely not been focused on Ori, and we all know how well some D-Rust runs can go. Even if you haven't played for just like a week, there can really be some spaghetti going. But it looks like we've got the countdown going already, so we're going to have to start speedrunning these intros. So what can you tell me about Klebe, Ren?
Well, I mean, I think we've said a lot already. KBM Runner runs the Terror Break route, has been running for quite a bit now, but he was mostly running Will of the Wisps until recently, and I'm pretty sure he came back to All Skills for this tournament.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Will of the Wisps is where Klebe started, and he might have even started learning All Skills for the tournament. Yeah, the timeline is similar to that. And Sirius had been running. Yeah, he'd been running a little bit before Will of the came out, if I remember correctly. But it looks like we've got the race just about starting. Looks like we're not going to get any prologue skip issues, and now we have the most relaxing part of our run.
Yeah, our favorite auto-scroller. We basically just hold left and run and jump. If you aren't familiar with that game, Metroidvania came out very recently. So of course the only things we can do right now is running and jumping with some little optimizations. No one taking a dip into the poison water here. Perfect. Just dodging this rhino. When you run, it's basically a start cutscene to like kind of reset mentally in between attempts. And runners...
after you.
All right, our runners are about to pick up this wonderful light ball that everyone hates. Introducing Sign. What does Sign do, OG?
Sign likes to miss shots. That's pretty much it. Ideally, Sign will attack enemies. Both of our runners utilizing the cheating power of Scroll Wheel here. And, exiting Sign is a bit of an auto-scroller as well. There's not a lot you can do. And thankfully for this auto-scroller, we haven't, started, finding like 8-second time saves all over the place. That's for the next auto-scroller that we're going to be going for. But, our runners here are just going to be utilizing, the limited power of Sign to make their way through Spirit Caverns. Spirit Caverns? We're not going to Spirit Caverns. Brain, could you say the right area, please? We're going to make our way through the Ghost Door and then down to Wall Jump.
Absolutely, and setting up already, I think their EXP should be correct. HP should be fine as well. Sirius taking the damage through the slime. Klebe is through as well. Let's see if they die instantly to the water.
I think I saw Klebe have 2.
Yeah, Klebe
Yes.
does have to. Takes an extra second to die here. Sirius going for the safety 4th health cell. Very sensible choice in the tourney setting.
Yeah, and Klebe doing the same thing. Klebe actually getting, the time save dying to the fish. Really saving that time. Neither of our runners, it looks like, is going to be going for the insta-drop setup, which is definitely wise, in a race setting.
I've considered dropping it even in attempts, so for a race, you probably don't want to do this.
Do you even want to get a 26 Ren? Like, come on, what are you doing? So yeah, they're both just going to make their way down. We'll see if they level up on the way up or the way down. It's purely out of interest. It doesn't really matter either way. I guess if you level up on the way back out, you're going to have more XP going into Blackroot Burrows, but really, there's not a whole heap of difference. Looks like Sirius is going to get, around a 3, 22, 23, and maybe a 26, 27-ish.
Yeah, still pretty close wall jump times. I just want to emphasize that Sirius goes, I believe, for magnetless route, while Klebe goes for magnet, which means that even with the early level up he got there, he'll be able to pick up more EXP thanks to Spirit Magnets. While in BRB, when you have magnetless, it's a bit easier to manage some of the XP you get, but if you get bad luck, you might not get enough to level up. And that's where that Flower Skip EXP comes into play.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about going Magnet is that it doesn't really matter about the XP on the way in or out. When you're doing the save anywhere, which we'll get to in a bit, you're just like, do I have 36 or less? Alright, I've got to kill 2 slimes. Do I have more than 36? Alright, I kill 3 slimes. Because you've got Magnet, you don't have to worry about any sort of can I or can't I pick up, the Frankie Walk XP. There's a lot less of a, mental load, I guess. You don't have to worry about your XP.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of save anywhere, Sirius about to start his on right now. Just a reminder, if you aren't familiar with this game, we basically tricked the skill menu into thinking that we've closed it when we in fact have not. That allows us to spend skill points anywhere, saving the game. We save inside a cutscene, we reload, and boom, no cutscene. We see Klebe on the right, attempting his own save anywhere. Looks like he's got it. And yes, leveling up magnets.
Yeah, thankfully the difficulty doesn't stay across when you're doing that menuing, otherwise a lot of runs would be dead. And speaking of dead, Sirius face planting into a slime right there sort of equalizes where we are at the moment. Klebe has 3 HP, and he's putting down that safety save as well. So it seems unlikely that Klebe is going to lose any sort of serious time here. But, we'll see. BRB's at Cruel Mistress.
Yeah, anything can happen in this auto-scroller that everyone hates. Actually, new time save keep finding recently, even though it's literally an auto-scroller, so let's see if any of our runners go for the most recent time saves we found.
Well, Klebe's already at 1 energy, so I don't see him going for the new time save.
But he got the dead pixel.
There.
That was not his fault. That was a dead pixel on the bounce pad. Basically, so like if you stand on the very edge of a bounce pad, you just don't bounce because this game is very well made.
It's more than a pixel, surely.
It's very thin. That's all I know.
Yeah, there's no way it's a pixel. I've landed on that way too many times. Sirius actually got the fast cycle going through, but he did place a save before that bottom laser, so he won't be going for the fastest, new cutscene stack. Did Klebe just fall down there, or am I imagining things?
He did. He missed the platform cycle, and like he jumped at like a few frames early, and that ended up costing him 8 seconds.
Fun. I mean, everything's 8 seconds in this video game.
That is very true. So now eyes on the left. Sirius attempts his version of the BRB cutscene stack. Same idea as before. Save anywhere. Skip part of the cutscene. Let's see if he goes for the cutscene stack. That does not look. Oh, it's the really old school one.
No, I think that he forgot that he had only 1 energy.
Oh right, yeah, you might be correct. You might be correct. And there we go on Klebe's side. Oh, he still gets the cutscene stack. Okay, let's see if he falls down. Nope, camera snaps horizontally. Oh, he didn't go for the movement over the pit. Very sensible strats. As Klebe goes for the backflip method to do the very recent cutscene stack. Let's see if he gets it.
That looks fine. And does go for that blind movement. Probably trying to I imagine that we're going to see Klebe go for slightly riskier strats. Just, you know, given the PB difference between these two runners, that can always, even though, you know, I'm not sure if Klebe is watching or not, you know, even though we know that this run is actually quite close, just knowing that, you know, you're a bit slower than your opponent can make you really try and 5-head a couple of strats.
Yeah, absolutely. And Billy falls down on Klebe's side. Sirius gets the magnetless Frankie wall. Beautiful. And let's see if he gets past that gauntlet. As Klebe on the right attempts his own Frankie wall. Only has 2 health, so needs to go on the left side of the spikes. Perfect. And now it's pretty much a cruise as Magnet makes Frankie walk much easier. It's still not free. There we go. He gets it. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's unfortunately still not free. I can tell you that from personal experience. But you know, Klebe looks like he's going to make his way through Death Gauntlet pretty quickly. Over on the left, we just missed Sirius getting God Cycle there. Looks like we're just going to see a replay of that now, while Klebe is about to fall down into Gumo's hideout.
Yeah, it was really close. I was very scared that Sirius was going to get 1 framed and die here. It was really close.
Looks like Sirius isn't going... Okay, no, he is.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. More blind movement.
So, I mean, who needs to see the video game? You know, we've just come out of BRB, which is dark as hell, and, you know, just want to stay in a light-free environment for a little bit longer. Does take some damage exiting double jump, and Klebe is going to dash glide into the spider. That's a new method of dying at that ghost door. Sirius now will have a look over and see if he's going to get Grotto Skip as Klebe is getting his double jump tree.
Gets the funny micro ledge. Alright, there we go. Let's see if we get a baguette jump. It's half a baguette jump. He broke the crystal, but honestly valid. I'll take it.
Or is it half or is it valid? Which one is it, Ren?
It's half valid.
Half valid. Okay. So we'll make our way up, you know, these infamous, you know, grotto walls. They're pretty disgusting. I can't imagine going from, you know, hard grinding Will-o'-the-Wisps rando and Will-o'-the-Wisps, you know, wall climbing and going straight back into Moon Grotto. That sounds pretty gross.
Oh yeah, right. You can buffer wall jumps in Will-o'-the-Wisps. That is true.
Yeah, from like, you know, 2 postcodes away. Sirius decides to be a good bloke. Decides to help out, you know, the imaginary Gumo there.
And Klebe gets the baguette jump. Let's go.
Time save. Come, get back.
Can you imagine? He saved an entire 20 frames with that jump.
Oh my god.
Alright. Alright, we have our runners navigating the grow walls a bit more as we are currently experiencing technical difficulties. Sirius going for the Sea Juggle cell, which means he will do the Terbic route as planned, while Klebe not too far behind, I would say, off the top of my head, about 40 seconds? Question mark? Wouldn't be so sure about it though. But that's a rough timing, rough estimate. Doesn't
Let's
get
have a look
past
at.
Gandalf.
Am I still Robo G, or is my voice fixed now?
Oh, welcome back, OG.
Fantastic. Good to be back.
As is the tradition, I will say hi back.
Okay, but who are you? You're not even going to continue that? Unbelievable. Sirius going to make its way climbing up the Ginso tree. Klebe doesn't look like he's going to go for that God Cycle. And is just going to collect this teleporter for use later. And Sirius going for telepops, actually.
Yeah, speaking of teleporting, that's the strat I haven't seen in a long time. Like, that was done in what, 2018? Question mark?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm aware, it's like close to even. Like, it's obviously not faster, or else you'd see all the top runners throwing their runs away to, to that. But it's sort of close enough where if you feel like wasting a couple of frames to swag, then, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you can just, beat the task and get the perfect cycle.
Yeah, why not? I expect to see that in your next PB.
Sure.
Yeah, cool, thanks. Thanks, Ren. I'll keep an eye out for that. Klebe is, he's actually not that far behind Sirius. He takes one death really for things to really even themselves back up here. Klebe climbing his way up the infamous Gima room. Doesn't look like he's going to get that task cycle that we were speaking about before. I was too busy memeing about the task cycle to see exactly how many cycles Sirius got, but I'm going to guess it was 3 or 4, given he's got Scroll Wheel and Quick Flame, rather.
I think that was a 4 cycle, if I remember correctly.
Excellent. So losing a bit of time there, but will still be faster than Klebe with Magnet. As Sirius is collecting his bash tree, and Klebe is on his way to the pinnacle of Ori boss design, that is the first Ginso mini boss.
Alright, I hope you have your scrollies ready, because we're going to do a lot of this.
Yeah, so while Klebe's busy scrolling away, Sirius has picked up the best and most broken ability in the game, which is Bash. We might see a double bash here, otherwise we'll probably see that a little bit later as we go through to Swamp Entry.
Looks like he did go for it, but dropped it, unfortunately. Like frames happen, it's not a big deal. It's just slamming into the wall, but that sets up his health perfectly, so no big deal. While Klebe got a 6 cycle, so that's about, what, a 5-second loss, I want to say, compared to 4 cycle. Not that big a deal, once again. A death can turn the tables really fast.
Speaking of a death, Sirius... Oh, actually, no, he's just gone through for the hyperspeed, going up for, clearly the worst of these 2 bosses, although it does prove to be a little bit more deadly for Sirius, actually. Killing this bash simulator, which Klebe has now collected his bash, gonna make his way up through this, I guess it's a puzzle? I don't know, puzzles have never really been Ori's strong suit. I don't know, is this really a puzzle?
It's more of a tutorial section for Bash, really. I guess as a Will of the Wisp player, you kind of need it, because you're like, oh, this Bash actually has a range? Like, what is this? Coming from Will of the Wisp Bash into Blind Forest Bash must be really weird, I want to say.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I can bash from further away than I can wall jump on walls. What is this? But we'll have a look. Sirius putting down a safety save there. That's an interesting way to take some damage. So this safety save is coming up pretty clutch. Swamp entry can be a bit of a pain. Looks like he's going to go for this double bash method. If Ringo behaves.
You're asking a lot of Ringo, are you aware of that?
Yeah, I mean...
Behaving
Ringo,
in my video game?
yeah, I mean, Ringo's really the final boss of this video game.
So true.
Like, you know, Kuro, Shimuro, you know, Kuro doesn't do anything. Kuro's good at the end. You know, Ringo, you interact with them twice. Both times. It sucks. So, Klebe with some agitated mouse movements there. I think he's just, you know, foreseeing his interactions with Ringo and going, oh god, please no. As it turns out that he actually just teleported to the wrong spot. He doesn't have all of the skills just yet, so we're not actually going to teleport to Swamp. Instead, he's going to go back, teleporting to Grotto and make his way to Swamp from this direction. I believe that it's actually faster to just, like, 5-head it from the teleporter.
I haven't timed it in detail, but to be fair, most of my strats do intend 5-heading. But look, Klebe going for the blind movement on there, gonna hide 5 Sirius real quick, while they both have to deal with Ringo in very different ways.
I mean, that's sort of similar. They're both just, you know, using Ringo to get to where they want to go. But unfortunately, they're both not going at the same place at the same time. As I don't think there's anything we need to watch over on the left. It's not like there's a cutscene there or anything. It's totally fine. We're just going to see Klebe make his way up to the Stomp Tree.
Absolutely. Will we see Sirius go for the double bashes now? No safety save, no double bashes. Fair enough. Only a few handful of runners are stupid enough to go for this trick. I am one of them, and I hate it. Goes for the safe reload instead. Very fair. Well,
Yeah, I mean...
on the right, getting his own stomps, so that would be about a 1.5-minute difference at Stomp Tree. Nothing a death cannot make up once again.
Oh yeah, definitely not. You know, it only takes, you know, 1 death on the way to fast stompless and like 1 missed fast stompless attempt. And like, it's just straight up even again. Let alone, you know, inting away a Sorrow Bash death or 2 and all of a sudden it's just, you know, totally flipped on its head. Sirius skipping this Spirit Tree cutscene, you know, which is probably in all seriousness, like actually the big bad in the Ori world. You know, killing Kuro's children. But yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Whatever.
There's a Spirit Tree in this game?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, I'm not a fan of lore myself, so I can't really tell.
What? What do you mean? Don't you watch like the prologue before every run?
I'll have you know, I actually do watch the prologue when I'm tilted and miss prologue skip. Alright, back to the run as Klebe gets his own Kuro cutscene skip and gets a 5th health cell. This one's completely optional. It doesn't cost too much time and you get 5 HP in Sorrow. While Sirius on the left going for fast stompless, that looked good. Going to dash and bash his way to the cell, hopefully before the shot hits the rocks, and camera snaps, there we go. Beautiful fast stompless.
Super free trick. You know, it's one of the reasons why I keep getting told to swap over to KBM because it's just so free. But, you know, Klebe, we're actually both going to be collecting a skill at basically the same time here. Probably still around 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes-ish.
Yeah, something like that.
At these trees here. But, you know, like, dying here is just so brutal. You know, you dash into spikes on the way to charge jump and all of a sudden you're back at feather going, why can't I reset? Why am I doing this stupid race? I just want to start this run again, thanks. I don't care anymore about the tournament race. I've had enough of this game.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Sirius still has 4 HP, right? So any hit on Sorrow spikes is just an insta-death. Thankfully, he got through Sorrow Bash perfectly. Still A bit of a bad angle on that rocket jump, but that's not a big deal, only a few seconds. As he heads over to charge jump while Klebe stomps the Spore Peg, who only wanted a hug.
Did it?
There we go,
Okay.
the peg has been stomped.
I mean, yeah, but I just never considered hugging the pig, you know. But sure.
Wow.
I guess that's why I've got a 31 and you've got a 27. You know, I guess that's the difference. Sirius is going to be going through the second half of Noob Spikes here. Behind the save anywhere. This is to actually complete Terror Break, where you save close to the breakable wall at the top, and you charge jump and die. It actually retains your charge jump state for a little bit after you respawn. Looks like Klebe is going for Fast Stompless now. We'll see if he manages to get that, and he does pretty easily, as we're both going to be both our runners are just going to be watching cutscenes at the moment.
Yeah, as a wise man once said, I heard you guys liked lore, right? So there you go, you got some lore. Make sure to enjoy every little bit of lore that you might have, because we're gonna skip a lot of it thanks to Save Anywhere.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's a pretty broken trick.
Absolutely. Saves like 10 minutes over the course of the run, it's ridiculous. High five for both our runners as Klebe goes up Valley of the Wind to Sorrow Pass and Sirius goes down. Klebe setting up for Sorrow Bash.
You're
Safety
really
saves,
anticipating this high
controls.
five.
I just love high fives, okay? There we go.
So much. Oh. You're like, it's coming. This high five's coming. Don't worry, guys. It's gonna happen. Yeah, it looks like pretty clean. Sorry from Klebe there. Sirius also making the entry to Misty look pretty free.
Sirius with the stair cancels, I can respect that. Beautiful.
Klebe actually putting down a safety save there. Doesn't look like he quite trusts himself in these spikes. I'm pretty sure they mentioned that he had some, or that he was having some issues with his keyboard and, you know, his A and D keys getting stuck. You know, if it was running controller, that, you know, that wouldn't be an issue. But I can see why he would want to place a save there, because it's just such a punishing death. And, you know, it happening out of your control just makes it even worse.
Yeah, and he also had 3 HPs because he took a hit on the bird earlier in Sorrow Bash. That means that if he didn't save, it would have been an insta-death on Sorrow Spikes, which obviously you do not want. Meanwhile, Sirius on the left heading through Misty. Beautiful movement here. Oh, and he misses the energy. Stair cancels to make up for it. I love this.
Yeah, Magnet's a pretty good ability. Not Sirius, rather. Klebe is gonna make his way up through these lasers, a little bit hesitant. Had a bit of a jank cycle, making his way up because of the rocket jump and placing the save down, but does look like he's going to get through without any issues. Sirius, we'll see what mini boss method goes for. What's your money on, Rin?
I'm going for Bang Zoom Zoom myself.
Bang Zoom Zoom, okay. I'm gonna go Bang Bang Zoom then.
That was a beautiful Bang Zoom Bang Bang Bang. Bang. Beautiful quick kill. Didn't quite go as planned, but the bus is dead and that is what matters.
Yeah. I don't know, I reckon that Sirius was listening to us and went, that's it. I can't have these guys make any money off this race, so I'm just gonna have to change it for them. Looks like we've got another high five coming. Sorry, I just had to anticipate it enough for you, Rin. Hopefully that was soon enough. As Klebe's about to meteor kick his way down, about to enter Misty, as Sirius is just on his way out of Valley.
Honestly, thank you, OG. I really appreciate it. Sadly, Klebe not going for Wilhelm Scream. Understandable though, loses a couple seconds, but is very funny. I can understand saving the frames over saving the memes though.
Yeah, I can't. It's a questionable decision from me. Sirius going to not carry a save anywhere all the way through. Does save a little bit of time if you do, but if you've got enough energy, it really doesn't matter all that much. That's a little bit tight on the that laser cycle, but got through it pretty easily, and is going to skip some more lore, fortunately, and collect grenade. Looks like sort of since Klebe got Stomp, they've sort of been pretty close getting the trees. Sirius has kept like a 1 tree advantage, even though these splits are like in varying different lengths. It seems like it's always been about 1 tree difference between the two.
Yeah, pretty much. And Klebe has actually been keeping up with Sirius, I want to say. It's just that the early game just kind of makes a difference sometimes, and it looks like that is what happened. Once again, we're not safe from a death and enter Horu, a soft lock. I've seen... Oh, the grenade jump to the HP! Let's go! Beautiful. Somewhere around here, there's a covert muffin applauding this run.
Oh, of course. Of course. Definitely a risky strategy to go for as well, as he's a little bit slow on those charge dashes and targets the slime up there. Looks like he's going for another grenade jump, actually. Straight into the spikes. But yeah, very risky for him to go for that, very risky for him to go for that first grenade jump, given that he charge jumped into some spikes after the laser. We'll see if he's going for this new grenade jump as well. Klebe's got a very clean Misty exit going on at the moment as well. It's like he's trying to go for it.
And there we go.
Free.
I can't wait for Sirius to do the warm skip grenade jump that Zemsys told me about. Oh, and Klebe goes for the meatball strat. Let's go, gets it. But he's out of energy now. He has to double bash, I think, this Ronki. Does he know the backup? Okay, he does. Great.
Yeah, and thankfully this energy is sitting right here. See if he gets it. Okay, that's unfortunate. And the 2 shots there were also a little bit unfortunate. Is going to be sort of grinding his way through these 2 jump shoot sharks, as Sirius is in the final escape.
And that looks like a warm skip, unless
No,
oh, it was like
it's much of the escape. Don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And he does go for the escape grenade jumps.
What is a 1 frame input? It's fine. It's easy.
What a lord! I love this. Even that last one doesn't even save time because you have to wait for the fish cycle anyway. It's just beautiful. Oh, and he almost pawns Kuro, thankfully.
Very close to spawning Kuro.
That was incredibly close. Sets up for the final grenade jump. Looks
Klebe
like
is hoping for a couple of soft locks in a row here.
Yep. And
But that doesn't look like that's going to happen. As a very clean run from Sirius, going to finish this one off. Looks like it's going to be 30-45-ish, sort of mid to high 30. Klebe is going to be carrying a save anyway. Looks like it was all the way from the Spirit Well, going to dash a couple of times into Spice for fun there, and to make his way through this laser on his way up to the grenade tree.
Goes for the Baneling strike and died to the Baneling. Oh no, that was pretty big. I want to say like 20-second death.
Yeah, I mean, Banelings, sort of, no matter how much health you have, you're not really going to be coming into grenade with 6 health. If you're going for 6 or 7 health, you're going to be collecting them after you get grenade. So that, these 5 damage Banelings are going to be pretty brutal. Is Klebe out of energy?
No, he wanted to double bash the Baneling, but killed it on accident. So now he's trying to. I think he's trying to improv his way through. And he is. You are right. He was out of energy. Oh no.
I mean, you got dash. I mean, it's surely faster to just go the vanilla, DE way through. And there's an energy crystal there as well, which could assist him in the future. But he does get the rocket jump. So he did have energy. I don't know what was happening there.
He might have burnt an energy by fight figuring a C dash key somewhere along the way. I'm not sure, but either way, he gets his own grenade. Let's see if he goes for grenade jumps. Because Sirius has set the bar very high, so I'm hoping for more here.
Oh, looks like we're getting at least one.
Let's go.
Let's go. Alright, not doing the Tash strat of grenade jumping out through the laser cycle. Not that I was expecting that, but given that we want to see as many grenade jumps as possible, that's one that I guess we're missing. Going to not rocket jump off here. I would be very surprised if he does go for this next grenade jump though. But maybe I'm... Okay, I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Klebe doesn't need to get this health cell because he already has 5 from the Grove Lake. So that means I guess he's attempting 5 HP swim then, because
he's still got another health.
Yeah, that's true, but that one is slower than the one in BRB, so I expect him to not pick it up. There we go, that's the 5 HP swim.
Yeah, we'll see if he's just gonna totally skip that new grenade jump. He's gonna go for the old one though. See if he gets that. Misses the first attempt.
We dashed into the wall, that might be bad. Yep, that was climb storage right here.
It's not like it's gonna soft lock him, so I mean,
that's
of all the places to screw up a grenade jump, that's not the worst. It's not losing him a minute and a half. Instead, only like 5 seconds, I guess. I don't know how much that grenade jump, attempting a grenade jump really costs. 5 is probably too aggressive.
Yeah, it's something like that. Alright, door warp, looks like that's a scroll, and he doesn't get it. That means the window is now much, much smaller. And he gets it second try. Beautiful. That is very respectable. Oh no, he falls down into the lava! Oh no! There we go, he's through.
Yeah, thankfully it auto saves down there. It's a little bit frustrating when setting up a practice save, but in a run it's like, oh thank god, I don't want to fail another 10. I don't want to fail another 10 door warps. Just let me through, thanks game.
Yeah, can you imagine?
God, I'd rather not. So, got Klebe going through the final escape now. Isn't going to be doing warmth skip. Will just be making his way through this final escape. Doesn't look like he's doing any swag grenade jumps either.
Oh, he goes for the C-dash strat though. That is risky, because he only has 1 energy now, and that means if he messes up the grenade jump 2 times, he will have to watch a lot of lore. Goes for the fish cycle, looks like good, doesn't bonk into the wall, and he's through the water. Let's go.
Easy swim. I don't think I've ever felt that, but I don't know, maybe it's just a controller swim thing. Does look like a good position on the wall, and does get a first try grenade jump, so GG to Klebe. And, of course, GG to Sirius.
Absolutely. It's just holding right from here on out. So I'll have you KBM runners hold your best D keys as Klebe goes to the right.
Not even using the arrow keys, unbelievable.
Or you can just use your analog stick as well if you're one of those. One of those.
Hey, I mean, at least I don't have to cheat, so it's fine. So, make our way through. We're not even going to see any no hops here from Klebe, as he's going to finish with a 35-53. It's a lot of 5s and 3s in that time.
Absolutely. Still a very good run, considering he did mention being a little bit out of practice. And looks like our runners are in for an interview, so GG to both of you guys. Klebe, Sirius, how did you feel about that race? What was your? I completely forgot what I was going to ask you.
Nice.
Oh, there we go. It's back. All right. So how do you feel about that race? It looked like Sirius, you were ahead for the majority, but Klebe kind of kept up with you. But you were just so ahead. Like you were unyielding. Your final time was like 30:50. That's really close as well from your race time PB. So yeah, just not let him gain any ground. How do you feel about that race?
Yes, for me this race was just perfect. Not sure what better scenario I could have imagined. Like, there were some minor deaths, but overall it was pretty good and I got all the important things like baguette jump and ramming into mini-boss experience from the spikes and telehops, you know, all the things that are important.
I don't know,
And the grenade jumps.
Rin, our
Oh, sorry,
resident
go ahead.
French man, reckons that you only got a half a valid baguette jump because you killed the energy crystal. Although, just to follow on from what Rin was actually saying there, you did go for a lot of swag grenade jumps. Did you check to see what your time was, or were you checking in on the stream, or were you just always planning to go for those grenade jumps?
I mean, grenade jumps are fun, and fun is good, so I don't really see the argument not to.
Fun in my speed game? Come on now.
Never. Nah, don't want it. Get it out.
But yeah, in any case, GG, beautiful race. Klebe, how did you feel about your race?
I think it was fine. I feel like I could have had worse stuff happen. Luckily, nothing worse happened than the ending, like before Grenade Tree, a bunch of deaths and everything. If that didn't happen, I think the time would have been even better, but I'm fine with it. Didn't really think I'd have a chance anyways.
Yeah, I was actually just about to ask, like, how do you approach these sorts of races? Because obviously in Will of the Wisps, you're quite an accomplished runner. So how does your mentality change between running in Will of the Wisps, where like you're really one of the top dogs, versus coming into a blind forest race where you're a bit of an underdog?
Well, I mean, we didn't really have much Will of the Wisp tournaments where I'm good, because I'm not good in Will of the Wisp Rando too.
Oh no!
Okay, so I don't know. I didn't have much practice in this before. I didn't have like my all into this. But I really want to like try out the category more sometime. But it just wasn't like the past 3 months or something. I really didn't put much time into the game and wasn't in the mindset to really grind it for the tournament. So that definitely played a role. I'm sure I can be a lot better. I could have been at a better point, but yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes you just want to like, go do other things and come back to focus on the game. Like that's entirely fair. All right, OG, do you have any more questions for our friends, the runners?
No, I don't have any more questions. I think that they both had, a really good showing. There was, on the whole, no major mistakes here. I think that they both performed really well.
Yeah, I would agree. All right, so Sirius, you are about to face, if I can read the bracket, the winner of Covert Muffin versus Turtle. How do you feel about that race? Is there anyone that you expect to see of the two players? How will you prepare for this race?
I probably won't try to make too many expectations about the future. If I were to wish who I'd face, it would probably be Covert Muffin, because that would be really fun. I wonder who of us could fit in more grenade jumps.
Yeah, the battle of the grenade jumps.
Yeah, maybe we could award like a bonus point or something, to whoever does the most grenade jumps. I'm sure Rin as a tournament organizer could sort that one out for you.
I might actually have to prepare for that race then. Just see like where more grenade jumps fit in.
Yeah, what's 20 seconds anyway?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looks like the winner of that. I mean, Rin is on the same side of the bracket as you, so do you have any fighting words for Rin, Sirius, if you make it through to the quarterfinals? Assuming that Rin doesn't fall to Baron or Guitar?
I mean, we saw what happened with Leicester.
I'm feeling threatened right now. Okay. I'll make sure to prepare for my QF match against Sirius. You better get ready. Alright, so Klebe, we've discussed this a bit just before, but so you mentioned having plans for more all skills. Unfortunately, that would be your last race of the tournament, but I'm looking forward to seeing you stream more runs.
Yeah. I'm really happy to have been part of the tournament. It's really cool. I'm happy that the community is so active right now. It's great to see.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
most active I've seen it in a long time.
Yeah, tournaments are like good and bad, I think, for the Blind Forest community. You know, when a tournament's on, you know, people will really just come out of the woodwork. You know, you see a bunch of people practicing, everyone's durusting the hell out of the game, and then, you know, it finishes and suddenly we're back to like, yo, there's one person streaming Blind Forest a week. Nice. But you know, it's good to see everyone back in the community. Good to see, you know, some old faces and some new ones as well.
Absolutely. With that said, I think that about wraps it up for the current race. Remember, we have another match in about 2 hours, Absolgami versus Noxedu. Up tomorrow at 2 p.m. UTC, we have OG right here versus Skyfox. And at 9 p.m. UTC, Dudu versus Kirfel. And at 10, myself versus Sarah Bayron. So make sure to tune in for more races. And I'd like to close out by thanking all the staff. Koala, who's been working behind the scenes on the restream. Of course, my lovely co-commentator, OG. Infinite on the trucking, and Dudu for filling on the stats sheet.
Awesome, thanks, Ren. I can't believe that first up you thank the staff, you know, yourself being a tournament organizer. Yeah, I'd also like to thank, you know, both of our runners, Sirius and Klebe here, for putting on such a good show. And I guess